Good evening, Internet. This is your favorite VTube painter, Stroke Code. Does anyone know any other VTube painters out there? Yeah, I would say I'm curious, but not like I bothered to look. Okay, so we've got more of these little Termagant guys to. We gotta get their joints and their internal musculature all nice, plasmatic blue here. So let's just shake up the paint and let's get started. So how is everybody this evening? I'm just coming off a long weekend here. A long weekend. Should be up working, should be enjoying my holiday, but I just can't stay away. It's just too happening in here. Yeah, so Canadian Thanksgiving this weekend. Had a double header of family dinners. Kind of getting to that phase where kids are starting to take over dinner from the parents, and the parents are just kind of holding on there because, hey, it's nice to be the host. It's nice to be the center of attention, but, well, sometimes you just gotta let go. Let go at some point, you know. Oh dear, I believe, yeah, I've misplaced some Kleenex here. Yeah, that's why I'm leaning around. Yep. Oh, and it's right beside me. Yep, we're good. We're good. We're all good here. Okay. Yeah, sure. Wiping out my brushes. That's what I'm using the Kleenex for tonight. Yeah. All right. Got bring in the palette so we can show here. I should get my other glasses on. Ugh. Yeah. So yeah, double header. I've got the turkey and the ham, and leftovers from each. So fine Thanksgiving haul was had by all. I'm gonna adjust the light a little bit. There. Perfect. We can use a little contrast medium in there. Yeah. This is Stroke Code family's tradition of making the best candied yams. They got like the marshmallows and the pineapple on the granola at the bottom. Wonderful stuff. And our, luckily our little dog Charlie was only invited to come to one of these, the family gatherings. He ate well as well. Yeah. We were cutting apart the turkey for leftovers, and a big slab dropped to the floor. And just swallow that whole. No. And of course, people were feeding him as the thing was being carved up. There were a couple of birthdays happening, and little dog just got bored and noticed a bit of turkey leg peeking out over the counter there, so he just decided to help himself. Yeah, I just had to grab that real quick. Didn't want him to be rewarded for his, thievery and all that. Maybe I should have just let him have it. Would have been cute to see him go to town on it. Of course, I don't want it to choke on little bones or anything like that. I had one of those amazing leftover sandwiches today. Some, you could just get some turkey, some Miracle Whip, some stuffing. Just perfection. Well, the few times I've been able to make turkey, one of my favorite things to do with turkey is to make a. It's going to center that. I like to cook it over a mirepoix, like some carrots, celery, and onions. Scoop that stuff out of the bottom. Put that in with the turkey sandwich. That is just something else with the stuffing, and yeah, just delicious. Yeah, maybe dox myself by saying this. Talk about Canadian Thanksgiving, but you know, I like that we get that little bit of room in between. Well, September and Halloween. You get all November to put Christmas lights up to just prepare for the holiday season. I like that. I do not envy what my American friends have to go through when they gotta travel home for Thanksgiving on November 28th. Whatever you say about climate change, the weather is still not too terribly great on November 28th. God help you if you live in one of those football towns. I think Seattle was one of the first places where I actually saw a sign that says, "Caution, football traffic ahead." See if I can frame this correctly. Yeah. Dinner's gonna be stressful when you're my age. You worry about whether your kids will behave. Should definitely have worried more about how my dog was going to behave, but the you can't really be on a hair trigger when you got those possibilities in front of you. What you need to be prepared for is handling it. You know, you have to prepare to not get angry about it, to not be to be patient, and things go a lot better. You know, like worrying makes these big social situations even worse. I think my Discord's on. Hmm. So there was a big leak at Game Freak over the weekend. A lot of weird lore and Pokemon games. Yeah. Yeah. It's not the first time Game Freak has been hacked. I guess if you're autistic and you have computer security skills, where else where are you gonna hack first? You know. I mean, it is fun to look at, unreleased concept art of your favorite properties, but having work QA for even just a year really taking the mystique out of such things for me. I mean, would be interesting if this was kind of a marketing tactic. You know, all the Pokemon info you weren't meant to see, but we're releasing it anyway. I don't know. Well, got a bit of an announcement. Zibs and I we have the date for our next Crusade campaign battle set, October 27th. So yeah, I gotta get, I'm not gonna get these guys ready for prime time. What I'm gonna do is finish them up and move on to assembling my next set of Marines, because I only get I got a requisition point from the battle, in addition to the 5 I didn't spend because I didn't know I had them. So I'm just getting more guys out. So one of the enhancements, for one requisition point, you can up your points total by 200 points. I don't have that many models made, so I gotta finish a Razorback, gotta finish a Devastation Squad, got a whole squad of Hellblasters that would really help out. Yeah, really missed out on Hellblasters during my first tournament, where I just got absolutely rolled on the table. Although I shouldn't have discounted my. I didn't know how to use my army at all. I should have played a few solo games. Which, you know, that might be a subject for upcoming videos on this channel, you know. And I shouldn't discount the value of playing games on my own. Got this little app called Rollhammer. So I'm just doing what you might call weapons tests on my miniatures. Yeah. What I learned is that I should not discount my Infernus Marines when going after Termagants. That is a Strength 5 flamer they got. And that does some serious damage to mob armies like this one. Plus, you don't need to turn Oath of Moment on anything to hit stuff with it. Yeah, I think that's enough for this one. I should really get Tabletop Simulator next time it goes on sale. Play some Warhammer on the computer. I guess they never made an actual computer version of the Warhammer game because it would dilute their brand. Makes sense. There was a strategy game on the DS that was a lot like the tabletop game. Of course, there's that Kickstarter for that War Game Simulator project. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to put a bunch of cameras above the playing field and have the computer grok all the rules for you, so it's a faster game. Only problem is it doesn't work with your all the terrain has to be flat and all the models have to be visible. In my opinion, that kind of defeats the purpose. Okay. Yeah, so I've been playing a lot of Skyward Sword lately on the Switch. Shame that game was so overlooked back in its day. Okay, that'll do it. Also putting in some hours on Cult of the Lamb. That's a messed up little game if I ever saw one, but yeah. Oop. Oh man, I think this guy. Oh. I blew myself. Yeah, I've only got one of the bishops in Cult of the Lamb, but I have almost peeked out of the simulation portion of the game. Maybe think it might be fun to like play a preacher in a fantasy medieval church parish. You know? Foreign committees and stuff. Make sure collections are taken. Keeping birth and marriage records straight. Well, it sounds fun to me. Oh, and you know what would be really cool? Picking sermon and subjects when, like, prayer for solace when their village gets invaded and they gotta deal with an occupying army. Keep everyone safe. Okay. More termagants. More, I say. There we go. Well, this is odd. The music's gone out. I'm just gonna restart music right now. There we go. We're back, folks. We're listening to Chill Hop Essentials, Fall 2024. Should look around for something that's a little less dour, I guess. This is a album's got cute animals on the cover. Makes you think like it evokes Animal Crossing, but this track definitely feels like someone got broken up with. Dealing with the loss of summer, maybe. Yeah, something I realized recently is that I tend to consume music like some old man who has to go out and buy a CD. Or, in my case, in my cohort's case, go to Napster and download an album. But I don't have to do that. I got this completely legal Apple Music subscription that I should be using. and access to entire catalogs of music that I wouldn't have had back in 1999 or so. I mean, some of the stuff from 1999 still isn't accessible, but yeah, I'm also not getting exposed to new kinds of music. So I've got a little spreadsheet tracking what I'm listening to. Just going through. Just finished Childish Gambino's new album. I had no idea he had that much pop punk in him. Yep, I got introduced by the album by way of Fart Buckle the Goblin. God rest his little green soul. He saved his friends, and he is happy. That's all I gotta tell you about that. If you don't know the tale of Fart Buckle. But yeah, so finished Childish Gambino's new album, Bando Stone. The two pop punk tracks in there are like mwah. Just made me want to put on my flannel and my Doc Martens, start swaying like it's 1999 again. I like the idea of he's just a guy who's making his music. Kind of like I'm just a guy who's making videos here. There's that noise again. Bugger. Anyway. Yeah. And so tonight I am made halfway through Chappelle Roan's new album. You know, their songs are very, very sad. This is a great. I mean, they're nice. They're just they're the sorts of drinks that you know, the sort of songs when you're laying face down in your fuzzy navel. They were a good backdrop for our evening walk alone out with the dog. Yeah, tomorrow I'm hoping to finish off Man of War, Kings of War, and found out about Man of War through a friend of mine, maybe a mixed CD of his favorite metal tracks. And boy, that band does not disappoint. It does what it says on the tin. It's just got metal and honor and yeah. Oh, yeah, I was also went through Zwielick by Mental Cruelty. A little like Forgotten Kings off that album, but that's the thing about death metal. You can't really. I mean, you can look at the lyrics afterwards, but can't really sing along to it. I mean, you can try, but R.I.P. your vocal cords. Also been checking out those how-to streamer channels on YouTube, trying to grow this little community. I mean, it's fun to try and get as many followers as possible, but at the same time, they're asking me what value I'm bringing to my viewers. I'm like, bleh, not bringing value to my viewers. It's just, that defeats the whole purpose of this. I'm here to have fun. I'm here to play at, you know, just painting and talking for a living. If I put more effort into this, it's going to be like, suck all the fun out of it. Well, I wouldn't mind. I got to keep it at a game. Twitch is a game for me. I got to keep it at game level involvement. I don't want it to take over my entire life, but I want to put in enough effort into it so I see some kind of reward and change. Get my meaning? This might be a short stream tonight. I want to just get all the plasmatic bolt done on these Termagants. It's just not very satisfying when you have to quit right in the middle of a color or something like that. Oh dear, look at that. Lost a magnet yet again. See that? I'm just getting the thing to show you. Yep. This was supposed to be attached there, but nope. Gosh darn it. I guess my thing is, I know I'm not bringing value to people, but I don't know, I just like making content. I like making little videos. It's fun to pretend. Okay. Let's open up our little... There we go. Let's try to glue this over here. Okay. All right. Oop. Dropped in there. Okay, we'll let this one dry while we paint the rest. Got about... Yep. We got 6 left. 6 left to make their muscles all blue. I resisted making that color initially. didn't want to make them too much like High Fleet Behemoth, but that's I did pink and it just didn't pop enough. Yeah, but, well, I was always supposed to make the little 4 claws in blue to imply their power sword claws, but yeah, I didn't want to make the muscles the same kind of blue because wanted something different. But you know, you just gotta accept that there's some limits to your creativity. I mean, perfect's the enemy of done, right? Okay, that's one side. Do the other side. Okay. Yeah, this ray, I think we're just gonna make it to 10 here. 10 o'clock, that is. Yeah, maybe I do have something compelling I can talk about, but it's. I know I don't have it right now. I'm just maintaining a practice, building a skill. Nothing wrong with building skill. Have any of you viewers out there tried to build a skill before? Let me know, or operators are standing by. Nope. Gotta remain on my mark. Hmm. hitting a real flow space right now. Almost done with this color. Yay! Do you ever think about how airbrush flow improver is essentially alcohol? I mean, not the kind you drink, but that's, yeah. Airbrush flow improver? Social flow improver. Clever. I actually don't drink all that much. I mean, I like the taste, but not enough to. Being drunk never changed my life. Just feel kind of wobbly and sleepy. Amazes me how people can look at that and think, "Ooh, I'm having fun." All right. Last model without blue muscles, without blue joints and claws. Okay. Okay, I think that's it. All right. Didn't even finish my can of Diet Coke yet. All right, we have 20 Termagants with their joints all done. And Tomorrow night I'll start on the shells, the skin, and hopefully by next week we'll have a fully painted set of Termagants to show off next week. I mean, next week I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be putting together a Devastator squad or anything else I can get together for the next weekend. All right. So anyway, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and I hope you all have a great evening. See you later.